Good evening, Internet. Stream here playing Standard tonight, and the threats of 2026 Standard are really powerful and dangerous, but why spend all of our rare and mythic wild cards on them when we can just use our opponents? And that's what we're going to do tonight with some Rakdos Threatening Sack. Let's take a look. Okay, so we're a Rakdos Sacrifice deck. We're loaded with the usual sack enablers and payoffs that you would expect in this style of deck. But the big major twist here is we're running 12 threatens. So the plan of our deck is we're going to threaten our opponent's creatures. The threatens are 3 mana red sorceries that take control of our opponent's creature for a turn, give them haste, basically allow us to attack with them. And then once we've done that, we'll go ahead and just sacrifice our opponent's creatures for value. So we're removing our opponent's threats as we're damaging them with our own creatures, and we're reaping all of the value that we get from the sack effects in Standard. So it's a win-win-win in a way. So let's take a look at the threaten effects here. Take for a Ride is definitely the weakest. If we commit a crime this turn, we can play it as if it has flash. Not really going to be relevant most of the time. Twisted Fealty puts a wicked roll token on up to 1 creature when we play it, which can be the creature that we take control of, so which adds 2 extra points of damage to what it does, to what it's going to inflict when we attack with it and sacrifice it, basically. Or we can just add that wicked roll to another dork that we happen to have on the table. And then we've got these Vengeful Possessions, probably our best threaten effect. They're 3 mana, and they let us rummage, discard a card, and draw a card if we want to do that. So those are our threaten effects. And then we've got our sack outlets, of course, including some Corrupted Conviction, 1 mana instant, sack a creature, draw 2 cards. We've got these Eaten Alive where you can sack our opponent's creatures to exile their other creatures. We also have Tarian's Journal as a 2 of, which lets us sack creatures at sorcerer speed during our turn to draw a card. And we've got these Umbral Caller Zealots, which you know what they are. They're 2 mana 3/2s that let us sack a creature anytime to surveil 1. So it's kind of important. We really ideally would like to get a sack outlet on turn 2 so that we can start threatening on turn 3. That's why we're playing like the 2 of Tarian's Journal. So that we can do this when we have only 3 mana. Otherwise, we kind of need like 4 mana if we don't have a free outlet so that we can, do the threaten thing and then sack our opponent's creature with a Corrupted Conviction or Eaten Alive. We also have a couple of Midgar City of Mako in our mana base, which as the sorcery side of these adventure towns, let us sack a creature and draw 2 cards. We've got a few other cards that sort of enable this strategy or support it pretty well in general, like these Greedy Freebooters as a 4 of, which are just 1-drops that, they die and they create a treasure and let us scry 1. We can sack them to enable that as well. They're just really good 1-drops for this kind of a deck. We're running a couple of Bloodghasts, which I really like in decks like this. They're just repeatable sack fodder. They always come back to the battlefield, when you sack them, as long as you play a land, which we're going to do plenty of. So I just really like Bloodghasts in this strategy. And then we've got, I forgot to mention in the sack outlets, we have this one of Callous Sellsword, so we can burn together for 1 red mana, sack our opponent's creature to deal power to any other target equal to its power. So yeah, we can fling our opponent's creatures as well. Then we just got a little bit of removal to help smooth over the early game so we don't die to aggro. We got a couple of Burst Lightning and a 1 of Day of Black Sun in the as removal, just to keep us alive so that we can get our stuff online, which will usually happen, turn 3 to 4. Total of 24 lands in the deck. We do have the Makos, as we mentioned. We've got some Fabled Passages and Demolition Fields because we are playing the Bloodghasts. We want to enable those landfall triggers. And then we've got a couple of Fountain Ports as well to make tokens that we can sacrifice, or as a way for us to be able to sacrifice tokens to draw cards. The sideboard contains, we've also got a couple of Duresses, just as a little bit of interaction against like control decks and whatnot. I always like to play a little bit of discard in black decks in the main board. And this should help us keep our Umbral Crawler Zealots alive, for instance, possibly, because these creatures do have a giant bullseye on their back. The sideboard contains Duresses number 3 and 4 against control decks, or like combo E decks. Speaking of which, there are a number of control E decks that don't play creatures or play very few creatures. So in those matchups, we can board out our threatens and we'll board in this full playset of Sunset Saboteurs and a couple of Unstoppable Slashers. So the Saboteurs are just really aggressive 2-drops that are costly to remove. They have ward, discard a card. They hit really hard as 4/1 menace creatures. And then Unstoppable Slashers are also just very hard for our opponent to deal with. You kill them once, they come back a couple turns later after removing those stun counters, and they're a fast clock if they do get through their attacks. We've got a little more removal and interaction for like other stuff. We got Burst Lightning number 3, a couple of Abrades here against artifacts and cheap creatures, and a 1 of Withering Torment against enchantments and creatures. We have a second Day of Black Sun, And then we've got a couple of Soul Guide Lanterns, which are our graveyard hate for the deck. So that is the plan. Let's take advantage of our opponent's super broken creatures in 2026 Standard by stealing them, sacking them, gaining all that value, doing that damage. Really nasty game plan we've got here that's, you know, tried and true in a lot of formats, but I think it looks really good right now. So let's play some matches on the Platinum tier of Standard. If you like off-meta MPG content, please be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below. All right, Razga will be our first opponents with some Rakdos Threatening Sack will be on the play. No black mana, but we do have Threatens and a Sack Outlet, so we'll keep. We can eventually get black mana off our Demolition Field. Bloodghast. You really don't ever want to draw Bloodghast. Overlord. Cash Grab, Frontier Bivouac, Cotis. So there's 24 lands in the deck. I don't know if I mentioned that, because we really need, like, to make our first 3, preferably our first 4 land drops. I also think I forgot to mention the, let's grab our Swamp. I forgot to mention the 2 of Restless Vents, because, you know, it's nice to have a couple creature lands, because the boards will often be barren, and we don't play a lot of threats ourselves. Also, sometimes, like, people just won't play creatures. Alright, let's play our Freebooter. So this looks like just the Reanimator deck, maybe. Okay, we'll grab Swamp number 2, I guess, although it's arguable that you should leave a... We could leave a Fabled Passage to, like, get back our Bloodghast. Let's pass. Eaten Alive, that's a good one. Maybe. I mean, our opponent's not really playing creatures so far, but they're building up. We will play our Bloodghast. Get it on the board. Dude, it's doing the thing again. There we go. There's Cotis. Oh, sweet. Indestructible what? That doesn't matter. Alright. Let's twist Guilty. We'll give the Wicked Roll to our Bloodghast. Ooh, I get to play... I can cast any number of spells with mana value extra or less from among them without paying their mana costs. Okay. Well, I can't cast either of those. Alright, we draw another Corrupted Conviction. So, yeah, we've got Threatens and Sack, so we should be good. Pretty good. Indestructible, not a concern. Bitter Triumph of my Bloodghast? Discarding Valgavoth. Awaken the Honored Dead. To kill my greedy freebooter. I think I'll bottom the Mako. Valgavoth is a little scary. Alright, get back our Bloodghast. Let's threaten you. Do you want to discard anything? I don't think so. Ooh, we can get back a creature. Sure, we'll get back a Umbral Caller Zealot. And then I think we'll draw 2 cards. We'll play Tarian's Journal. We'll sack our Bloodghast to draw a card. Uh-oh. I think they have it. Yep, they have the Ardent, so if they have that reanimate now, we might be dead. Nope, just another Kotis. Okay. So we're good. Snag Kotis. Sure, I'll discard one of these Restless Vents, I guess, and draw a card. Take back our Bloodghast, which is hasty. Opponent scoops. Okay, so it looks like our opponent's salty roping. They roped all the way through sideboarding, and they're continuing to rope for game 2. Just a word about this deck. This is something that I encountered frequently in testing the deck, is you'll get salty ropes. So I'm including this in the video as a warning regarding this deck. You will spend a lot of time waiting for people to rope out. Malik Dragonborn, the Ambitious, will be our next opponent. With some threatening sack. This hand is okay. It's not good, but I'm gonna keep it. We have a Zealot and a Freebooter. Hopefully we can draw some threatens, and hopefully they're good against Aang. Okay, just double forest, no Badger Mole, no Elf, what is happening? Alright, let's play a Zealot. We did draw a threaten, that's good news. Lurking Lizards. Whenever you cast a spell with mana value 4 or greater, put a +1/+1 counter on this. Okay. They certainly look like they could be a Snakeskin Veil-y deck, but I'm gonna test the waters here. Let's get your lizard. Attack. Sack your lizard. Surveil. Fountain Port. I think I want a Fountain Port. Nessian Hornbeetle. Uh-oh, I don't like the way they're looking at my Zealot. A Rabid Bite. Okay, let's sack the Freebooter. We want the Fountain Port. Get our treasure. Kill your thing in response. play Fountain Port. Attack for 3. We look like a landfall deck. Ogier. Alright, we really, really want to threaten here. It does have trample. Alright, let's make a fish. We really need to threaten. Let's sack the fish. No, we don't need land. We get one of our 11 threatens remaining in our deck. Okay. Well, we can deal with this Ogier really well, actually, so that's good. So let's play this Demolition Field. Let's make a fish. Sack it to exile the Ogier.
There's something almost feral about this. I never run out of answers.
Picks up a hulking raptor. Okay. I think we'll play this on red. Can enter tap, that's fine. Attack Vivian.
Do you
Pass.
really want to do this? Nature speaks, and I listen.
Alright, they get a Nessian Horn Beetle. Which they play. And there's the Raptor. Alright, let's make a fish. Do I want to sack it? For surveil? Sure. Another threaten is perfect. Okay. Threaten your raptor. We'll pay the ward. Yeah, we'll do some rummaging. Attack Vivian. They do block. Okay. Plus Vivian.
We're the predators. You're
For
the prey.
Llanowar Elf. Lurking Lizards. Llanowar Elf. Case of the Trampled Garden. Another Umbral Caller Zealot. Okay. Take this guy. Put a Wicked Roll on my Zealot. Attack Vivian. They block my Zealot. Alright,
Okay.
Elf is down.
Now it's my turn.
Sack the Lizard. Duress. We don't need Duress. Play another Zealot. They're at 8, so maybe we can just kill them next turn? What does this thing do? Oh, to solve, you have creatures with total power 8 or greater. That's not happening.
We adapt to any situation.
Galta. Sharp-eyed Rookie. Can we get a threaten? Yeah, there we go. That's game. Alright, threaten you. Attack for lethal. Okay, opponent is playing exactly the kind of deck we want to play against, except I don't like Vivian Reed. So I'm going to go up a couple of duresses, and maybe a burst lightning. I think I'll cut a ghast, a freebooter. Maybe I don't need 4 duress. 3 should probably be fine. Here we do have a sack outlet, a duress. Yeah, this looks good. We'll need to find red mana, but we can do that. Okay, let's play that on black and duress. Smuggler Surprise, Case of the Garden. Yeah, we'll take Smuggler Surprise. We should hopefully never accumulate enough creatures for that to matter. I would love it if they played Galta too. That's a great threatened target. Let's play our Zealot. A mountain would be an excellent draw. Fight, okay. Another Zealot. Another horn beetle. An elf. We won't block that. Considering, okay. Maybe I need to X equals 1. No, I want to do at least 2. Yeah, not drawing red mana or land at all is kind of bad here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They still can't cast Galta, right? This would cost them 5. Yeah, I guess I'm just passing. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 7 points of damage. I'm gonna take it. Can I draw a land, please? No. No land. Alright. Probably do have to block with my Zealot now. And here comes Galta. Oh, not quite. They have a tap land. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, they get Galta. We have to block. Alright. We got a little color screwed there. I think our plan is solid. We just need to draw better. Alright, here we have currently just a black source, but we have a freebooter and we got Zealots and a threaten. I'm gonna keep this. So it is a downside of this deck that it doesn't really do much until turn 3 at the earliest. Alright, opponent mulls to 5. Okay. Zealot. And I will sack my freebooter. There's the lurking lizards. Yeah, let's sack our freebooter. Scry a land on top, please. That's a black land. Which is land, I guess. It's not the kind of land we really need, though. Do I top this or bottom it? I'm gonna bottom it. I want an actual, like, red source of mana. And we will bin that as well. Okay. We get punished. So let's attack with our Zealot. Play another Zealot. We'll take 1. That's fine. There's the Nessian Horn Beetle. Alright, there's that Blazemire Verge that we didn't want a moment ago. Yeah, let's threaten you. That these our treasure. Let's discard this Day of Black Sun, I guess. We don't find. And then we'll sack the beetle. There we go. We're good. We should be good from here. Hopefully. We'll see. Llanowar, okay. Okay, so now opponent is having mana trouble as well. So, let's play this on red. Let's take your elf for a ride. They block the elf. Alright, we'll sack it. Surveil, another zealot. We're good on zealots. Oh, and then we win. Because I can fling a zealot. Jeez. Alright. Well, game 2 is a little ugly, but we got there. Chewie the Brilliant will be our next opponent. Playing some threatening sack. And we will have to mull this one lander. This hand is much better. We'll keep and bottom. Probably this Verge. Soul Guide Lantern. Shock. Turn 1, Shock Soul Guide Lantern. Okay. Play my tap land, turn 1. We just had to have that Soul Guide Lantern down. Alright, there might be some kind of counter deck or something. Consult the star charts. Okay. Badger Mole Cub. Hmm. So I could just burst lightning it. I could corrupted conviction, try to find another sack outlet to get their badger mole cub. I could just save this threaten for a bigger threat, actually. Let's just kill the cub. Alright. Attack with our booter. Do I want to play Bloodghast? Yeah, sure. Feels bad, but we'll do it. Yeah, they waterbended this, so they already get to attack with it and create food tokens. Earthbended, rather. Stock up. Can we draw an untapped land, please? That's what I would like. No. That really sucks. Okay. I guess we'll just attack with our Ghast. Pass. Herboroid. That'll be a good thing to threaten. Yeah, we'll block with our freebooter 100%. Get a treasure, we'll take a Fable Passage. Perfect. Alright, let's threaten the Herboroid. We'll give a wicked roll to our Bloodghast, sure. Get our counters. Attack for 9. Let's go get a black source. Sack the Herboroid, draw some cards. Another sack outlet, perfect. Shoot the sheriff on my Bloodghast. Take a damage. It's coming back with haste. Aw, they exiled it. I forgot that the Restless Cottage could do that. Okay. It's pretty annoying. So sure, we'll play this on red, I guess. Play a Zealot. Guilty this. Put a wicked roll on my on the cottage. Alright, I'm gonna start stacking foods. attack. We'll exile. I don't think they use their yard at all. Just in case they do. Take that, I guess. Make a food. And then we'll sack the cottage. Which they get back. Ping you. Pass. Eaten alive. We don't need eaten alive at the moment. The end on my Umbral Collar Zealot. Okay. Eat their food. Draw land. We really didn't want to draw land there. Alright. Make our thing. Attack. Yeah, we'll discard this Raucous Theater, I guess. Bloodletter. Okay. Can you draw a threaten? That'd be great. No, duress. Let's duress you. Deadly Cover-Up, Maelstrom Pulse. Rid of Deadly Cover-Up, I guess. Actually, Maelstrom Pulse would have been better. Yeah, so I guess we'll just attack. Yeah, let's keep our hand, because this would be great if we can just find another threaten. Creature. No attack. Oh, okay. I don't understand why they wouldn't attack there. Oh, because they want to block my Restless Fence, that's why. So each of these costs 3 to activate. Can I double activate? They won't die, though. So let's just wipe their board. And pass. Alright, so they're gonna attack with their thing, get another food, so they're up to 5 effectively. Six, rather. Twisted Fealty. Activate our event. activate our vent. Oh no! It tapped my vent to activate my other vent. I could have used my treasure token. Yeah, that was a huge oops from Arena is what that was. Decline. I actually had it there. Alright, well, we can keep playing this game. You want to tap out every turn to attack with your thing. Take for a ride. Activate vents. Do I want to activate the other one is a question, I guess. I think I'll just Twisted Fealty, give a Wicked Roll token to this vent. Yeah, let's discard this Take for a Ride. No, let's just our hand. So, we're gonna die next turn to this cottage. Bloodghast. Oh, there we go. That's game. Bloodghast. No, they're at 6. So, let's Bloodghast. It's hasty. Activate the vents. Attack. Yep, they go to 6. Consulting. Do I want to discard something? Yeah, I think I can discard Corrupted Conviction at this point. Alright, we just draw land. Actually isn't bad. That means that we don't have to use treasure to eat our food. Or activate double Restless Vents. Creature. That's game. Maybe. Maelstrom Pulse, my dude. Okay. Sure, let's eat this food. Threaten your dude. I will decline to discard a card. Activate vents. That's game. Okay. So Sultai mid-range with Badger Moles. In the end, I want Duress. I want Burst Lightning. That's probably okay. I will maybe cut the Bloodghasts. I'll do my usual 1 Bloodghast, 1 Freebooter. Let's try this. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, I think we can keep this. We have a Threaten, we have a Sack card. I don't have an answer to an early badger mole cub, though. That's a problem. Badger mole. Well. You gotta kill the badger mole cub. Sack our freebooter. Kill the cub. Do we want land number 4? Yes, we do. Play another freebooter. Sure, we'll block with our freebooter. Another treasure. Alright, play land, go. Burroid, oh, juicy. Okay, let's take the Burroid for a ride. We'll play this on black. Sack it and draw some cards. Alright, we need more threatens, deck. Bloodghast. Alright, let's cast a Bloodghast. Pass. Holding this land to bring it back from the graveyard at some point if we need to. Duress. Sure. We'll just burst lightning in your face in response. There's another Burroid. We don't find a threaten either. Okay, let's surveil. There we go. Pass. Badger mole. That interaction is so cheap, dude. Like, earthbending your creature lands so that you just get to automatically activate them and get their triggered ability. Okay, and we die to Burroid, right? I guess we're not technically dead. Because we can play this Calisel Sword. Yeah, we are dead. Alright, well, give me all my duresses. Heck, we'll take a Withering Torment too, why not? And we'll cut both the Bloodghasts, and we'll go down to 2 freebooters. How about that? Yeah, this hand looks pretty good. We'll keep. They're gonna get a free activation of their thing again, probably. Let's duress. Stock up, consult virtue. Virtue, is that something I care about? It's very far into the future that that's a concern. I think stock up is probably more of a concern. They do have an Ouroboros. Alright, we need to find some lands. A land. Alright, little consult. Snag a swamp. Okay, we've got a bunch of threatens. Another little consult. More threatens, no mana. Okay. Opponent questioning whether they want to play their Ouroboros. No, just a cub. Kill the cub. Kill the Restless Reef. Eaten alive. We really would like, you know, land number 4. They actually might get to, like, resolve this Virtue Persistence. Maybe I should have taken that. I do have a one of... What's it called? Whispering Torments? We just draw more threatens, dude. Jeez. Just playing this as a 2/2 gives them a target for Virtue of Persistence. I think they just milled 2 of my Umbrocaller Zealots. Only 1. Yes, it gives me a blocker for the Reef if nothing else, maybe. Maybe. Yep. Well, they can't attack this turn at least. Reef. We draw a tap land. We've got enough threatened effects, thank you very much. Sure, I mean, we might as well cast some of these. Yeah, we'll discard that. There's an Umbrocaller Zealot. It does give it more counters on our turn, which they otherwise would not get. Alright. Let's... Corrupted... Oh, opponent's mic dropping. Let's mute them. Yeah, we'll give you a wicked roll. 18. Oh, who's mic dropping now? Oh, wow. Oh, that was sick. The wicked roll. Wow. I thought we were dead for sure. Okay, GG's. We beat Badger Mole Cubs. Wow. The wicked roll token was decisive there. Pokédex 101 will be our next opponent. Our hand is passable. Alright, it is our freebooter. Play this on black, I guess. Gastral Thrill Seeker. Okay, we've got all these threatens. But no actual sack tech. Yeah, we'll block the Thrill Seeker. Fountain Ports can go to the bottom. I'm really looking for sack cards. Alright. First Lightning Blizzard. Okay, there's some sack tech. However, it may not be long for this world. Certainly not guaranteed to survive. Very likely to die, I would say, in fact. Better than average. Deals 5 damage up to one target creature or planeswalker. Okay. Yep. Outpace Oblivion. Sacrifice this enchantment deals 2 damage to each player who doesn't have max speed. Duress. Dissection Tools. Day of Black Sun. Bloodthirsty Conqueror. I guess I'll take the tools. It's the only... I don't really care about the Day of Black Sun. What is Day of Black Sun plus like 1 and 2 mana lizards? Mana lizards. There's a Bastronaut. Okay. If I play it now, they're very likely to just wipe, maybe? I can play it. I don't threaten now. I'll let the Bastronaut... It's got double strike. It can be a 3-power double striker. So I could take 6 damage. The problem is, if I threaten it now, they can just wipe with none of their creatures on the board. It'll kill my Zealot and none of their stuff. So, is that something that I want to do? Not really. I think I'd rather take 6 damage, let them commit more of their creatures to the board before they sweep. We could take, if they want to tap out, that is. I mean, hopefully they'll play more creatures and not tap out to boost their thing. Oh, they are just going to boost their thing. Okay. Where's my Burst Lightning? Alright. Well, I guess we're doing it now. We'll give a wicked roll to our dude. Attack. sack this guy. No. We don't need more land, thank you. What we need is more sack tech. Yep. You get to ping him. Hazarets. I actually can sack Hazaret. If I find a sack outlet. Which I don't. Okay. Sure, let's take Hazaret. Discard this. Corrupted Conviction. Oh, I can't attack because I don't have max speed. Draw 2 cards. Alright. So against max speed aggro, I guess we just want these cheap removal spells. They also have, like, the Conqueror guy? What is up with that? Whatever. We'll cut Bloodghast. Freebooters. Just cut Bloodghast and Freebooters. Actually, I don't think Duress is, like, great against them. They seem to be very creature-centric. I'm gonna keep 3 Freebooters. Let's try this. I can't keep this. Yeah. I mean, Bloodghast and Eaten Alive is a good combination, but I think we just need more non-land cards, right? We get 2 Surveils. Yeah, I think that's a mulligan. Alright. I think this hand's a little better. Maybe. We'll need some help from the top of our deck. Like, we have no removal. That's one thing. Yeah. There's land. I would feel a little safer having, like, a Burst Lightning. At least one. Alright, let's play our Zealot, which I suspect is not long for this world. Oh, there's the Thrill Seeker. Okay. Ooh, Terrian's Journal, that's a good one. For later. Let's just take this guy for a ride. Sack it. Swamp. Yeah, we want land number 4. There's a Bastronaut. Alright. Let's take it for a ride. All their creatures are worth killing. Sack it. Now we want Threaten. Nothing but Threatens. Bottom that Freebooter. Bin it, rather. Ether Spark. Doesn't do anything. Alright, let's Terrian's Journal. Bloodghast. Attack the Ether Spark. Kick off celebrations. Alright, so they're at max speed now. No. There's Hazoret, which they can't do anything with yet. Okay, I really need a threaten deck. Really need a threaten here. I really need a threaten. Alright. Sack our Bloodghast. Draw a card. A threaten? There we go. Alright, we'll get back our Bloodghast. Threaten Hazoret. We will not discard a card. Oh, I don't have max speed, so I can't actually attack with Hazoret. I'm gonna sack it though and do 6 points to your face. Krenko, Baron of Tin Street. Sacrifice an artifact, put a +1 counter on each goblin you control. Whenever an artifact is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, you may pay red. If you do, create a 1/1 token. Okay, they don't have any artifacts, do they? The Ether Spark is an artifact. Something good, please. Ugh. Alright, we're gonna have to do this again. Can I get a threaten? No. Restless Event. Back our Ghast. The question is, do we attack with our Umbral Collar Zealot? It's the only way we get any damage through. We get 2 damage through. We have this vent here, so yeah, I think we are cashing in our Zealot at this point. So we click 2. Play this Sellsword. We also have our Menace 2/3 land. Alright, they have max speed. They're gonna draw 2 cards. At the beginning of each combat on your turn, create a goblin. Okay. Strategic Betrayal. Sure, we'll sack our Bloodghast. Oh, it's exiled. Yeah, that's a card that's really good against us. Against Bloodghast. Alright, well, let's see if they have anything. Good game, they say. Good game. I don't like when people say good game early. And I think we just run it back? Do we want any duress at all? The Ether Spark? Nah, I don't think so. I think we just run it back. Alright, Umbral Collar Zealots on the draw. I don't want to mulligan this, really. We could be in big trouble if they have a very aggro draw. Because we don't do anything till turn 3, really? Oh man, this is like so borderline against their deck. Their deck isn't like the fastest aggro deck. It is aggro, but it doesn't have like hired claws. It doesn't seem. I'm gonna keep this. Alright, another zealot is good. Alright, they just hold up 2 mana. Well, I think that probably means this zealot is not gonna stick around, but we have a backup. Oh, okay. Displace Oblivion, there we go. Outpace Oblivion, rather. Yeah, I mean, I don't think we can not play Zealots if we have them. House Squad Heavy. Other goblins have haste. We'll block that goblin token, sure. Fire magic X=1. Oh, so punished. Okay. Alright. Let's take this House Squad Heavy for a ride. Sure, we'll discard one of these Eaten Alives. Oh, we even get a token out of it? Alright, sack this and draw 2 cards. We can use this token to Eaten Alive something if needed. That's our only sack outlet that we can actually cast this turn. But we are gonna cast it. Yeah, let's Possession the Heavy again. We'll discard... This is land number 6, which allows us to threaten and Mako next turn. So I'm gonna decline. We'll attack. Then I guess we'll just exile that token. Another House Squad Heavy. My goodness. Stop it with the House Squad Heavies. Strategic Betrayal. Alright, well, it's still not quite at max speed. Let's take the Heavy for a ride. Attack with our token. Now we are at max speed. Let's go snag that. Sack the Heavy, draw 2. You didn't draw any more threatens. We are now at max speed. Oh, there's another threaten. Okay. We don't have a sack outlet, though. Just play this Vents. We could take the Gastral Thrillseeker for a ride and attack for 4. Or we could just Day of Black Sun to kill it. I think I like just killing it with Day of Black Sun. Clear out those blockers so that our Restless Vents can start attacking. Kickoff celebrations. Opponent's got nothing. Alright. Play this Midgar. Fire up our vents. Attack. Yeah, we'll ditch this land. Draw another threaten. Alright, pass the turn. We can put Twisted Fealty on it next turn if they have nothing. They have an Ancient Tomb. Alright. Twisted Fealty. Give it a Wicked roll. I think we're fine with our hand. Okay, and we can just burn them out next turn with our Burst Lightning. Another Burst Lightning. Bolt ya? Alright, GG's. Sitting there against Max Speed Rakdos. Draxu the Seasoned is our opponent with some threatening sack. And we've got all of our mana. I think we'll keep this on the play. We just need to draw some threatens. And hope that our opponent is a creature deck of some kind. Leyline of the Void. Well, that makes our blood gas a lot worse. We don't need more lands, thank you. Main board Leyline of the Void. Okay, there's the Threaten. Opponent shocks. Alright. Play land. Opponent might be controlling, which is very bad for us game one. Sultai. Oh, Cruel Claw's Heist. Okay. Takes our Duress. Gonna take Corrupted Conviction. No, it takes one of our threaten effects. Okay. Play this Freebooter. Play this Fabled Passage. Consulting. Attack with our boot. Play a boot. Play this land on black. More consultation. Alright, I'm gonna sack one of our freebooters. Sure, we'll fire up our vent, I guess. Discard this threaten. Pass. Tival, Arbiter of Virtue. Spells you cast have delve. Whenever you cast a spell, lose life equal to its mana value. Ooh, right after I discarded my threaten. Let's draw another one, please. Ugh. We didn't draw it. Okay, we might still be able to get it. Let's find a threaten off this freebooter. Dispelling Exhale. Okay, it gets countered. I'll attack with this vent. Sure, I'll discard this land. Draw another freebooter. Tarian's Journal. Spell Pierce? Sure. I'll pay for Spell Pierce. Another Spell Pierce. Okay. Sure. Okay. 3 different counter spells there. We have a Restless Reef. Sure, we'll block. Can I find a threaten, please? Pretty please. No. I really can't find one. Boy, that's a bummer. I exiled one right before they cast this creature. So that's bad news. Fire up our vent. Nah, we're gonna keep our hand. Play this Zealot. Awaken the Honored Dead. Gonna kill our Zealot. Let's sack this Freebooter in response. Threaten. Midgar. Midgar gives us 3 looks. Oh no, our creatures are all dying here. So we gotta bin that, I guess. Land means that we're dead. Boo, we need 1 more threaten. Oh, man. 1 threaten and we had it. Okay. So, we want our duress. Do we go the full control package here? I think we're going to try it out. Sunset Saboteurs and Slashers. But we do want some number of threatens still, though. We can cut Burst Lightning, I think. And we can cut Day of Black Sun. We can cut Eaten Alive. I mean, we don't need 12. We don't need 12 threatens. We don't need that many threatens. Maybe we keep in a torment. We want Soul Guide Lanterns also, of course. So we'll cut 6 threatens. These are the worst ones. Something like this. Is this hand good? We got a Sunset Saboteur. That's good. I'm gonna keep. 1 drop into 2 drop. Alright, get in with our looter. Play our Saboteur. Alright. Attack with our dudes. Play a Zealot. Counterspell. Yeah, probably should have played around that, maybe. I don't know. You have a fast clock, at least. Did. Let's grab a swamp. Let's draw another one of our Saboteurs or Slasher. There we go. Attack. Keep Slashy going. Awaken. And hit our Slasher. Alright. Attack. Play a Saboteur. One that just passes. Alright, good combat. Washi Tong. just kill that. Yeah. Alright, they get back Washi Tong. They play it X equals 4. Play it as a 5-5. Okay. Attack. They have to block the slasher. Wait, Tarian's Journal? I didn't play this because I'm kind of fearing a sweeper a little bit. They didn't show sweepers game 1, but I could see how they could... They probably would have boarded them out after game 1, actually. But they seem like the kind of deck that could 100% have some sweepers. Like a Deadly Cover-Up? No, Scavenger Regents. X equals 3. Okay. So I guess we'll just sack something and draw 2 cards. Doesn't matter, really. Yeah, we'll take another Sunset Saboteur. Saboteur. Zealot. Just running it out. Meringue. Okay, we gotta threaten. Threaten your regent. Alright. Got there against the control deck. And I think we're just running it back. Okay, yeah, Soul Guide Lantern and Duress are great against them, so we'll keep for sure. I really don't like having both of my blood gas in hand. Let's Duress turn 1. The End, Caustic Exhale, Deadly Cover-Up. Let's take the End. Cruel Claw Heist. Takes our Soul Guide Lantern. Well, that does prevent us from playing it. Alright, let's play our Saboteur. Alright, they're gonna ditch a card to kill it. Okay, this Sultai Dragons is what they are. Alright, let's Duress. Take your Consult. Play a Freebooter. Fountain Port sounds good. Alright, they sack our Soul Guide Lantern to draw a card. The Fountain Port. Let's make a fish. Tarian's Journal. Bloodghast. When she whatever. Okay. Do we want another land? Sure, I'll pick a land. Let's sack our Bloodghast. Draw a card. Play the card. Get back our Bloodghast. Scavenger Regent. Alright, Umbral Collar Zealot. Play this Midgar as a land. Play the Zealot. Pass. So they want to go for Deadly Cover up here. We'll take 3. Yes, they do. Sure. We will sack our Bloodghast to Surveil. Corrupted Conviction. I don't think we want Corrupted Conviction, do we? Probably not. I don't know. It might be good. Let us draw 2 off the fish token that we create. Yeah, we're gonna keep Corrupted Conviction, sure. They're gonna make a shuffle anyway, so it doesn't matter, I guess. Takes our Bloodghast. Let's make a fish. Let's attack with our fish. Let's sack our fish. Midgar. I didn't make my land drop there. That was silly. Alright, let's draw a Threaten. Alright, opponent's empty-handed. Come on, deck. Give me a Threaten. Give me a Threaten, please. Midgar the fish. There we go. Attack for 7. Sack it. Get a Soul Guide Lantern. Ooh, nice. exile, whatever. I don't think it matters really. We even have a demolition field. Alright, another threaten. Let's play Saboteur. Pass. Scavenger region X equals 1. Yeah. Alright. Let's blow up their Restless Reef. We'll grab Swamp. We'll make a fish. Attack. Surveil. Dude, that's enough lands, really. Sack our fish. Alright, I already made my land drop this turn. That was a mistake. They do have this other cottage. So they can start making food now. Okay. Let's make a fish. More Restless Fence. More lands, rather. Sack the fish. Sack the fish. Umbral Collar Zealot? Alright. Play that. This gives it haste, actually, so we'll do that. Give it a wicked roll. Haste. Oh, I was too late. I was already past my combat step. That's a mistake. That's a big mistake. Alright, let's make a fish. Another Zealot. If we could find a threaten, that would be amazing. If we can't, we probably die. Militarian's Journal. Dispelling Exhale. Sure, we'll pay. Play Zealot. Play Zealot. I don't want to sack this fish because then I would have to double block the Restless Cottage with both my Zealots, and I'd rather just block it with one Zealot and one fish. So, play a tap land. Go. Alright, we need to find a threaten. That's all there is to it. Can we find a threaten for the win? Caustic Exhale. Okay. So I guess there's some question as to whether I double block. I guess I need to. I don't know. Now I have nothing to sack to Tarian's Journal. And I'm just hoping to top deck a Threaten. Threaten doesn't even do it. I think... Yeah, we'll just do that. Then sack the fish. Surveil a land to the graveyard, please. 6, so we need to threaten here. Greedy freebooter. Alright, we lose to the flyer. Maybe not. There's still a chance. We have Tarian's Journal. Surveil Fountain Port to the bottom. Draw a land. And that's it, I think. Yeah. We couldn't find the second threaten for that dragon, so we died to it. Oh, very close match. Okay, so our final result with a threatening sack was a 4-1. Unfortunately, I did have to include that like half match at the beginning because I got quite a few of those trying to record these matches and just didn't have time to record more complete matches. I also did get curb stomped once by like allies, which I didn't include. That might be a tough matchup. You know, the ally deck that has like every single card in their deck is a creature might actually be too many creatures for this to handle. At least it wasn't that match, and we got destroyed. Partly because, you know, we don't really start doing anything until turn 3 when we can start playing our threatens. We may not even have a sack outlet on the board by that time. We're trying. We got 6 of them. But really, it's like more like turn 4 that our deck starts doing our thing. So a deck that really can spam creatures from turn 1 can be an issue. That's why we have like these sweepers. We might need like to add a third sweeper in the 75 somewhere, perhaps a fire magic or a third Day of Black Sun. Overall, though, I think the deck is really cool. I really like this style of deck. You know, it's a strategy that it's known. People have played these kinds of decks before. Something that I've certainly played a lot in other formats, but I think it's really good right now when you think about just how good the creatures are. You know, Uroboros and Quantum Riddlers, those are all things that will be played later in the game that are prime targets for the threatens. And even indestructible creatures, you know, Hazarets, Ketchumoses, Kothises, whatever that like Sultai guy is, doesn't matter. You just take them, you can sacrifice, they go away. So I think the deck is well positioned and the strategy is strong. I wish there were, maybe we did get a little like some awkward draws. I wish there were a little bit more card filtering or card draw somewhere. Maybe we could, if we could find room for like some Firebrain schemes or something. I don't know. Just some kind of way to look at a few more cards, because you know, we have sort of a combo-y element, you know? We definitely need to, like, a combination of the threaten effects and the sack outlets. Or in matchups where those aren't, like, there are definitely a couple of matches where, games where we just needed to find the threat and we would have won. So having a bit more card selection or draw for those situations would be good. Like, I do like Bloodghast, but it's hated on. Like, Strategic Betrayal is a card that's played a lot. So I could see maybe cut one Bloodghast for one of those aforementioned things. Perhaps you could go to, now, I don't know. The deck has 24 lands because it's loaded with 3-drops. It, like, needs to get to 3 mana on time, and preferably 4. So maybe it even needs a 25th land. But I would try to find room for two more card filtering effects, perhaps Firebrain Scheme, perhaps just something like I don't know, Maze Mind Tome, something like that, or even like a Treasure Map or Collector's Vault, something to that effect, to let us dig for our pieces. There definitely is an argument for land number 25 as well, though if you're bringing in the more scry or card draw pieces, maybe you don't need that as much because you have the additional looks at cards with that tech that we're adding. Overall, though, I think the deck's really cool. I think it's fun. Yeah, I think it's doing a thing that's good in Standard right now, and I'm going to build it, in Lorwyn Standard and see what the new pieces we get bring to the table for this strategy. Anyway, that's going to do it for Rakdos Threatening Sack for tonight. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, please be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below if you like off-meta MTG content. If you want to come catch one of my live streams, I stream on Twitch every Tuesday, Friday, and Sunday night. I stream Magic the Gathering. There's a link to the Twitch channel in the description if you want to come check out the action in real time. So I hope you all have a good early week, Monday morning, and I'll be back on Tuesday with more MTG. Take care.